Episode 2 of Daily Coach TV is going to be live on July 8th, that's a Wednesday, at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. If you aren't familiar with Daily Coach TV, it's a brand new live stream show, 45 minutes long, and it's co-hosted by WNBA champion and Women's Basketball Hall of Famer Lynn Dunn and Maryland Men's Basketball's Director of Process, Coach Josh Chambers. Our first episode featured 3 special guest coaches, Carol Hutchins from Michigan Softball, Mark Trestman from the Chicago Bears, and Jay Martin from Ohio Wesleyan Soccer. And together, the group of 5 coaches talked about core values. You can join the show live by registering at the link in the description. If you can't join us live, register anyway and we'll send you the replay that you can watch through the weekend. For those of you that can make it live, don't forget to bring your questions. We'll see you on July 8th. Welcome to the Daily Coach's Sports Leadership Lessons, a reading of some of our greatest hits from more than 6 years of email newsletters that have been read by tens of thousands of leaders and learners. If you want our latest newsletter delivered to your inbox every day, you can subscribe for free at thedaily.coach/subscribe or follow the link in the description. Interested or obsessed? The lights in the gym flickered on at 4:37 a.m. The janitor hadn't arrived yet. And there was Marcus, sweat soaking through his gray hoodie, practicing the same footwork drill he'd missed twice in last night's game. He wasn't punished. No one told him to be there. He just couldn't sleep, knowing that a half-second mistake had cost the team a key defensive rotation that became a turning point in the game's final seconds. That's the thing about Marcus, and about all who reach uncommon heights on this journey of leadership, high performance, and personal transformation. They don't just want to compete. They don't just want to win. They need to understand why they didn't, because the process and the commitment to the goals long after the mood they set them in is faded matters more than the outcome. Later that morning, as the team trickled in for film at 10 a.m., Marcus sat in the front with a notebook. Every play had been watched and annotated: angles, spacing, shot selection, positioning, detail after detail. His coach glanced over his shoulder and thought of what performance coach and renowned athletic trainer to the late Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, and Michael Jordan, Tim Grover, once said. Winning requires you to be different, and different scares people. You're either interested or obsessed. Interested is a hobby. Obsession lives in the details that no one pays attention to. Marcus, being a transfer and new to the program, started to stand out by mid-season. His teammates teased him at first because they didn't understand his drive to compete, his desire to be great, and how he was wired. But when the game was on the line, when a key defensive stop was needed or a big shot had been made, they looked to Marcus. And Marcus looked within, trusting his sweat equity, his preparation, his craft. Marcus refused to cheat the game. You see, society has a complicated relationship with the word obsession. On one hand, we label it dangerous, tangled with images of imbalance, fixation, addiction, and burnout. We warn against becoming too consumed, too intense, too devoted. And all rightfully so. Yet the people we admire and come to idolize, the Kobe Bryant, Serena Williams, Tom Brady, Diana Taurasi, Steve Jobs, Billie Jean King, all carried a part of obsession as well. They weren't chasing perfection. They were chasing the best versions of themselves. No settling for mediocrity, just the relentless pursuit of mastery and excellence, finding a way through the fire and obstacles along their respective climbs. So maybe it's time we stop running from the word obsession and start reframing it. Maybe it's time to rename it purposeful discipline. Purposeful discipline can transform curiosity into mastery and interest into generational impact. We glorify the results, the trophies, the brilliance, but rarely the cost. We can't be great and comfortable at the same time. Each day, as leaders and positive difference makers, we have to choose one. Whether we're leading a team, a company, a classroom, or just ourselves, our drive should come from intentional intensity, not emotional instability that weighs on us or those we lead. Being different means being misunderstood. Commitment threatens comfort. Don't shrink your standards to fit in. Live and lead uncommonly. Details build greatness. Championship cultures and breakthroughs are born from small, consistent habits, and how we show up when no one's watching. Celebrate purposeful discipline. Teach others through your behavior to respect the details and the process, not to fear it or be consumed by the outcome. So in the days ahead, let's pause, reflect, and ask ourselves, where in my craft am I simply interested instead of purposefully disciplined? What small details could I lock in on that would transform the trajectory of my performance and leadership? Am I willing to be misunderstood in the pursuit of something extraordinary and uncommon? Realize it's never about perfection. It's about preparation and honoring our craft long after the lights go out when nobody's watching. Thanks for joining this episode of The Daily Coach. On behalf of Michael Lombardi, Coach George Raveling, and the entire Daily Coach team, we're grateful for your support. Remember, the most important person you will ever lead is yourself. Keep growing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep showing up.